Hi everyone, I'm Sarah from Everyday Starlet, and today I want to talk to you about how to find your best colors. The first thing you need to do is you need to figure out if you are a warm or a cool. Now everybody is either born as a warm or a cool. It has nothing to do with how dark or light your skin is. It just has to do with the tones and undertones in your natural skin color. And your hair and your eye color also affects your overall coloring. So if you do anything like color your hair or use an artificial spray tan, or to some extent if you're using colored contacts, that will affect your overall coloring. So keep that in mind when you're figuring out what your coloring is. Now, there's a few different ways you can find out if you're a warm or you're cool. The first trick is probably the easiest. Look at the inside of your wrists right here, and if the veins are like a bluish color, you're a cool tone. If the veins are more of a greenish color, you're a warm tone. Another way you can figure it out is if you take a plain white piece of paper and go to some place that has like natural light and hold up the piece of paper. You can either under your chin or on the side. And if the plain white piece of paper just sort of brightens your face, really lights you up, makes you look sort of healthier, more alive, then you're probably a cool tone. If the plain white piece of paper kind of washes you out, makes you look a little bit sickly, then you're probably a warm tone, and you probably look better in ivories or cream colors, more of a yellow-based white. Now that you know whether you're a warm or a cool tone, how does that affect what colors you're going to wear in your wardrobe? Now, I'm a firm believer that anyone can wear any color. It's just a matter of what shade you choose. So if you're a cool tone, you want to stick with colors that are in a cooler or more of a blue-based coloring. And if you're a warm tone, you want to stick with things that have a warmer, maybe more of a yellow-based coloring, just in general. But I've heard people say, oh, I can't wear green, or I can't wear pink, or blah, blah, blah. I really think, you can wear anything. Say you really love blue. If you're a cool tone, pretty much any shade of blue will look great on you, especially like a really pale, icy blue. That'll really bring out your skin tone. Whereas if you're a warmer tone and you really like blue, try a navy. That's just a much softer blue, and that'll really bring out your coloring. Say you really love pink. If you're a cool tone, you can wear a hot pink like what I'm wearing right now, or even like a baby pink, or more of like kind of a lilac pink would look really nice, like anything that has a real cool white base to it. Whereas if you're a warmer tone and you want to wear pink, stick with like a mauve pink, or definitely a peach color would look phenomenal on you. So really, just go into the fitting room, try on a bunch of different shades, and you'll know when you put on a color that's the right color for you. Your whole demeanor will just light up. Like your coloring, your eyes will pop, your skin will pop, your hair will, like everything will just work when you put on a color that really works for you. So just try on different colors and see what works. I'm not going to get into hair color too much because there's so many different hair colors to choose from. But if you're thinking about coloring your hair, I would just try to stick with either a cool tone if you're a cool, or a warm tone if you're a warm. So say you're a warm tone, obviously how dark or light your hair is going to be is going to depend on how dark or light your skin is. But if you're a cool tone, I'd stick with like a platinum blonde. That's what my hair is platinum blonde. Or you could go with, if you want to go with red, do a violety red, or like a blue-black would be awesome. If you're a warmer tone, you can go with more of a golden blonde. You can do like a coppery red, or any kind of like a warm chestnut brown. Like those would look great on you. So just keep that in mind, and when you talk to your hairdresser, just keep your coloring, your eye color, your skin color, just keep that all in mind when you're creating your look. Now we're going to talk about makeup colors, and to start at the beginning, we'll start with foundation. Now foundation is such a personal thing. It would be impossible for me to recommend a foundation without seeing you in person, which is why I can't recommend strongly enough. Go to a professional. Go to a department store or a Sephora or someone, and get a professional that knows the product line, and have them test your skin, look at your skin tone, find the perfect color, and even the perfect formula for you. I know that's a little bit more expensive than going into a drugstore, but with a drugstore, you're just going to end up buying products and testing them out anyway, so it actually might be more expensive in the long run. But you definitely want to spend money on your foundation. You can save money on pretty much any other makeup product, but your foundation is where you want to spend your money. That's the product that stays the closest to your face. And when you find a good foundation, you will stick with it for life. I've been using Clinique Super Balanced Makeup since I was in high school, because I was that girl that wore foundation in high school. And I've tried other things, but I just always go back to this. I use Super Balanced Makeup in Fair. And I got tested at a Clinique counter when I was in high school, found the right shade, and you know, I've just stuck with that. Don't feel pressured if you go someplace. I mean, hopefully any department store or you know, makeup store that you go to, hopefully the person will know what they're talking about, but don't feel pressured. Don't feel like you have to buy like a whole line of makeup. Just go in for a foundation, maybe a concealer and powder that complements depending on the formula you're using. But really, you know, make sure that you feel like the person that you're talking to knows what they're talking about, because that's really where you want to make your investment, is your foundation. And you can save money in other areas, but get a good foundation, because if your foundation is the wrong color, your whole look is going to be completely off. Now, blush is pretty simple. I'd say, I mean, I know there's like a million different colors of blush out there, but I would stick with, if you're a cool tone, go with a pink blush. If you're a warm tone, go with a peach blush. Very simple. You know, obviously, if your skin is darker, you can go with a darker shade. If your skin is lighter, I'd stick with a lighter shade. Ideally, you want your blush color to be the color that your skin is when it gets flushed. So normally, if you're a cool tone, when it gets flushed, it gets sort of a pinky or a red look, whereas if you have a warm tone, it probably gets like a peaches and cream kind of complexion. So that's kind of what you want to stick to. One little trick I can teach you is, if your blush has shimmer in it, and only if it does, not, they don't all, but if your blush has shimmer in it, look really closely at the shimmer flecks. If it has like a white or a silver fleck to it, it's a cool tone blush. If your blush has like a gold or a yellow toned fleck to it, then it's a warm tone. So that's just a little cheat sheet if it happens to have shimmer in it. Eyebrow color is pretty self-explanatory, because it usually tends to come in blonde, brunette, you know, so just pick one according to your hair color. As far as eyeliner and mascara, my recommendation is to stick with black. It's always a safe bet. If you're really pale, you can try brown. I'm about as pale as it gets, and I always use black mascara. I do have brown eyeliner and black eyeliner, but I almost always use black. I recommend staying away from really wild colored mascaras and eyeliners, because I feel like they never really look as classy as I want them to. If you really want to get into color, you can try a navy mascara, which will bring out the blue in your eyes, and it's subtle. But if you have any problems with dark circles under your eyes, stay away from it, because it'll emphasize those. So honestly, to be safe, I'd say stick with black when it comes to eyeliner and mascara. Now for eyeshadow. Eyeshadow is a little different. You want your eyeshadow to kind of contrast with the color of your eyes, because that will help make your eye color pop. So I have some notes here. For example, if you have blue eyes, go with like a golden rose color. I really like, because I have blue eyes, I really like L'Oreal Paris's Because I'm Worth It. That's actually like my current favorite eyeshadow kit right now. And you can also try warm browns or gunmetal gray. In reality, like, the warmer colored eyeshadows will just make the blue in your eyes just pop a little bit more. If you have green eyes, you could stick with a gold or a lilac purple, a plum, or a burgundy, because the red and the burgundy will really make the green in your eyes pop out. Hazel eyes can stick with pink, violet, gray, or navy. And brown should go with maybe a coppery or like a deep green or a blue. Will contrast with the brown. So actually, eyeshadow is like the only area where you can kind of play around with color, and if you're a cooler tone, you can stick with warmer colors, and if you're a warm tone, stick with cooler colors. So that's, eyeshadow I think is a little bit different than your other makeup colors. Now for lipsticks. I think every woman should have a basic lipstick wardrobe. They should have a good red that they love, either a pink or coral, depending on which one you're more comfortable with, and a nude color. Now, obviously, you don't have to have all three. It really depends on your lifestyle, but I think that's a really good place to start for a lipstick wardrobe. It's also a really good idea to have a signature lipstick, just like your go-to that you just put on every day without even thinking about it when you're in a hurry to go out the door, whether that be a bright red or more of a pink or coral or a nude color. Just like a basic, you don't have to think about, you know it goes with everything, lipstick color, which can take a little while to find. Lipsticks, again, if they have shimmer in them, you can use the shimmer trick I taught you with the blush. Obviously, if it's a white or silver shimmer, it's more of a cool tone. If it's a yellow or gold shimmer, it's more of a warm tone. So keep that in mind. Now, everybody can look good in red lipstick. The key is finding the right shade of red lipstick for you. If you're a cool tone, you want to stick with more of a blue-red, or fuchsia or pinky red. If you're a warm tone, you want to stick with maybe more of an orangey or tomato red, or maybe even a brick red, something that's a little bit warmer. A little trick I've learned when it comes to picking out lipsticks is to do research before I go to the store. One thing about, especially when you're shopping at a drugstore, you can't really try on the lipsticks, or you're not really supposed to try on the lipstick colors. And the little shades that they have, like on the displays, are not necessarily all that accurate. So I do my research online before I go to the drugstore. So say I really want to try a blue-red lipstick. I'll Google blue-red lipstick drugstore or Maybelline blue-red lipstick and go online, and I can see what other bloggers are saying. I can also read, usually either the stores or the brands themselves will have a description on them of the lipstick color, and then I just sort of make notes of the different shades, so when I go into the store, I'm sort of armed with, I know what lipstick is going to be a blue-red, or, is going to be more of a cool pink or a coral color. Just so when I show up and I'm not just like, ooh, Midnight Sierra, and I'm like, I have no idea what that color is. You kind of already know when you're going in there. It really makes shopping a lot less stressful if you do your research ahead of time. I know this video was a little long, but I really wanted to fit everything in when it came to color. If you have any questions, if anything I didn't cover in this video, or any other beauty questions that you'd like covered in future videos, please leave a comment below. Feel free to share this video. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And make sure you subscribe to the YouTube page if you want future beauty videos. And make sure you check out everydaystarlet.com. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you join us next time. Thanks so much.